programa ay rated SPG. Ito ay nangangailangan ng striktong patnubay at gabay ng magulang dahil sa mga sensitibong tema at eksena na hindi angkop sa mga bata.
Listen closely. I have seen you through every shadow, every nightmare. Tonight, you will be asleep in bed. I will be there, watching over you. You will hear the laughter of the entities. At 12 a.m., the sky will open up, revealing the beauty of the red universe. After that, all 8 billion people in planet Earth will be dead.
Gising! Aksyonan, reklamo ng taong bayan, problema ng lipunan, balakid sa kaunlaran. Hoy! Gising!
Isa sa mga karumihang dinaranas ng Metro Manila ay itong mga vandalismo sa mga sidewalk, islands, mga pader. Madali namang linisin ito, ngunit sa Environmental and Sanitation Commission
Alfonso, Diego, Fernando, Juan, Pedro. Call the herd, call the herd, call the herd.
This is a nationwide emergency. Instances of a humanoid creature called the Toucher has been spotted all around North America. It's easy to distinguish a Toucher from a human. They are always squat jumping around, occasionally will hit the part where you put two arms behind your leg, while squat jumping. If you see a Toucher, run immediately to the nearest shelter. If a Toucher spots you, it will be the only time it stands up. And then it will give chase. Touchers are fast in speed and they are always seen wearing a hoodie with the hood on with the rope pulled to maximum. If a Toucher manages to catch up to you, then
I'm going to touch you. I am outside your house.
A horrifying virus has just been discovered that has almost spread across the earth. Quickly hide at home, close all the windows and make sure that no one sees you through them. The virus changes DNA molecules and turns humans into creatures that can change the body. If you see your friend through the window, take a careful look at him and check him out. If his body has changed a bit, it's not your friend anymore. Now, it's hidden. There are only 3 stages of hidden. At the first stage, it's hard to tell at first sight, and he's not aggressive. At the second stage, the human body is torn to pieces and the virus becomes a new flesh and behaves aggressively. In the third stage, the virus takes full control, turning a human into a monster, and becomes too dangerous. This thing is starting to get too aggressive and crazy. All physical characteristics increase beyond recognition. If you see the hidden one near your home, then hide quickly. Do it very quietly, otherwise it will come to you. If he did break into your house, find any weapon and hide. When he comes too close, hit him as hard as you can, in which case he will have to spend time regenerating. While it regenerates, you should run as fast as possible and hide in a safer place. Or it will turn you into a bunch of useless human flesh.
Run. You should run as fast as you can.
Warning, warning. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. 5 days ago, a viral outbreak had happened in the city of New York that has continually started to spread quickly through the streets. At first, it appeared to be another strain of the COVID-19 disease and was being treated as such, but quickly it has become apparent that this is not COVID-19. It is a fast-acting viral strain that infects the host immediately, and upon getting sick, the infected will become racked with coughs, sweat profusely, and start to get the shivers and chills while forming a temperature that rises upwards of 105 degrees. After an hour of contracting this sickness, the infected will immediately convulse into an epileptic seizure before expiring and dying. 1 hour after that, however, the infected will start to move again, but there will be no registered pulse or other form of life, and the infected will instantly become extremely aggressive and attack any nearby non-infected in an attempt to pass on the disease. All citizens are advised to remain in your homes, and to not leave under any circumstances at all. National Guard forces are currently deployed, and all local law enforcement are tasked with taking down any aggressive infected they come across. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. 10 days ago, a new viral outbreak had broken out in New York City, and had quickly spread throughout the Northeast, and is currently ravaging its way through the Midwest, southern United States, and is quickly making its way to the West Coast. All citizens are advised to remain inside their homes and to not be seen on the streets. The infected are extremely aggressive and will attack those who are not infected. Once infected, there is no known cure and there is a 100% probability of death. National Guard, armed forces, local law enforcements and other militarized branches of the United States military are currently on a shoot on sight order for all infected that they find outside of homes. If you are found to be outside of your home, you will be neutralized immediately. Repeat. Stay indoors and do not go outside. Do not leave your homes at the sight of militarized forces or else you will be shot and neutralized immediately. Stay in your homes, wait for the all clear to signal, and only then will you be allowed to be evacuated to safe stations currently set up to check all citizens for infection. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. All citizens of the United States that are still in affected areas who have not been evacuated are cautioned to remain in their homes. It has been 22 days since the aggressive viral outbreak, AVO, that started in the Northeast, and currently all areas of the North American continent are infected, with it rapidly spreading worldwide. The United Nations has currently deployed peacekeeping forces to North America, South America, Europe, and the Asian continents to subdue the spread of this disease, and all travel is strictly prohibited. All citizens not yet evacuated to a safe zone are required by martial law to remain in their homes or will be effectively terminated. Dehydration, sudden fever, seizures, shivering or chills. If someone who has these symptoms suddenly dies, you are required to evacuate the area or else neutralize the subject yourself. Congress just passed a law removing all human rights from the infected people that came back to life. You are permitted to use whatever force is necessary to eliminate the threat. There will be no prosecution and there is no need to call the authorities to tell them what you have done. You have done. The United States government has issued a national warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. It has been 35 days since the start of the aggressive viral outbreak, AVO disease, and a vaccine has been developed. As of now, the United States, in tandem with the United Nations peacekeeping forces, are currently ordered to clear and disassemble urban areas. As of now, all infected citizens who had died to the disease, and who rose back up into a state of moving death, known officially now as zombies, after the pop culture monster of the same name, are currently congregating in massive numbers in urban areas. Why this is happening is entirely unclear, but there seems to be some sort of intelligence at play as they clear their immediate area of uninfected people, and then will move to the closest urban area, even if their rural areas are hundreds of miles away. If there are any uninfected citizens still living in urban areas, you are required to leave effective immediately. To not be mistaken for one of the infected, you are required to take white cloth and wave it around in your hands, or wear white, or have any sort of indication that you are, in fact, uninfected. Here are some basic tips to ensure your survival during the evacuation. Avoid making noise while moving so as not to draw attention to yourself. Prefer an all-terrain vehicle with high ground clearance. Some roads are in poor condition and covered in debris with limited access. Bring provisions that can last 2 weeks to overcome the unexpected. Do not use the sewer system to escape. Several bodies were found and the rat population quadrupled in less than a few days. All gun laws are now suspended. It is now allowed for any American over the age of 13 to carry and use any weapon, including those that were prohibited, to defend themselves against one or more zombies. Once the situation is back to normal, the government will not keep any records of the weapons you have used. Within 2 weeks, every major United States metropolis centers will be bombed and then cleared by militarized forces to prevent further spread of the VAO disease. Within 2 weeks, every major United States metropolis centers will be bombed and then cleared by militarized forces to prevent further spread of the VAO disease. Warning, the United States federal government has currently fallen. Warning, the United States federal government has currently fallen. All safe zones and evacuation centers are currently inoperable and any form of local government can be reestablished. States federal government has fallen. Effective immediately, all citizens will be required to keep themselves safe. May God watch over you all.
We interrupt your current broadcast to bring you this emergency broadcast system. Civil authorities have issued an alert to all citizens in your area. There have been a total of 59 missing person reports in the past 12 hours. Witnesses have reported that people inside their homes have been killed by an unknown entity, and all reports had a generally similar point of view. The reports all say that the event took place in a dark part of the home, such as a cellar, basement, closet, or attic. The depiction of the entity was described as a strange-looking pale humanoid with long contorted limbs each about 6 feet long. The entity itself was about 8 feet tall, with no eyes, and a long pointed face. Witnesses also say that days before the individual was killed, they said they felt uneasy or anxious. Guidelines to ensure your safety are: keep your house well lit, stay out of basements or attics. If you feel uneasy, it is important to go to a hospital or somewhere you know you are safe. If you see the entity and have felt uneasy in the past few days, then serve your community by distancing yourself from others and buying them time to escape from the entity.
Ano ka ba? Ako ay lampas sa mga pangalan na lampas sa iyong sariling pangunawa. Isang mensahero mula sa langit. I am you, Glassfish.
Do not be afraid, child. I am here to warn you. I am a messenger.
Pinoy Analog TV Horror Videos Season 2 The Beginning Linggo 2 PM sa official YouTube channel ng MBB Creative Production.